Cheers, everyone. Do you ever get a headache after just one glass of red wine? If so, you are not alone. In fact, it's so common that some people just give up on red wine altogether. But here's the good news. You might not have to quit entirely. The problem isn't necessarily all red wine, it might be specific ones. And science is starting to understand why. So what's going on? I live in California, and I used to drink a lot of local red wine until I noticed a pattern. I just couldn't tolerate them. The worst offenders for me were always from the hottest, sunniest regions, like the wineries in Temecula, way down in Southern California. Why headaches? For the longest time, everyone blamed histamines, tannins, and sulfites. But here's the thing, white wines have those too. So that never fully added up. Well, recently, scientists at the University of California found a more likely culprit. And it's a compound called quercetin. It comes from the skin of grapes, which is not used in making white wines. And that is why quercetin is much more prevalent in red wine. Okay, but how does quercetin actually cause the headache? Let's break it down. Your body metabolizes the alcohol from wine into a toxin called acetaldehyde. This stuff is nasty and is a major cause of hangover headaches. Normally, an enzyme in your body, called aldehyde dehydrogenase, quickly breaks this toxin down into harmless acetate. Here's the key. Quercetin blocks that enzyme. It slams the brakes on the process, causing that nasty acetaldehyde to build up in your system. This is why some people are more affected than others. If your body naturally produces a lot of this enzyme, you have enough to spare even when quercetin gets in the way. But if you're someone who already produces less of it, that blockage can be enough to cause a major headache. So, what does this have to do with California? Everything. Quercetin is a natural sunscreen for grapes. The more sunlight and heat the grapes are exposed to, the more quercetin they produce. And let's be real, what is California famous for? Sunshine. We have months of endless, intense sun. And the further south you go, the stronger that sun gets. On top of that, to get those big, bold flavors California is famous for, many vineyards use practices that maximize sun exposure. It makes for a richer wine, but it also accidentally creates a perfect storm for high quercetin levels and more headaches. So where do we go from here? The solution isn't to give up on red wine. It's to be choosy. Try switching to red wines from cooler climates. Think about regions like Oregon in the US or the Bordeaux in France. The grapes there get less intense sun, which can mean lower quercetin levels. These wines might be lighter and less sweet than the big California cabs you're used to, but they might just spare you the pounding headache. Let me know in the comments if you've experienced this with California wines, or if switching to a cooler climate red has helped you.